This is gonna be great. Hi everybody, Poop Witch X here, and I am joined today on Coven Conversations with SteveFrenchTV. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm doing really well. Before we get started, I want to ask you what your pronouns are.
He and him.
Thank you. Okay, so I adore you. Let's just get that out of the way. Okay, let's just start right there at the very top. How long have you been growing your beard? Did you expect that to be the first question?
To be honest, no, but like I get that a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's been like a solid year for now. I think this has been a solid year.
Only like that is like, I feel like that could be like 4 years. Like nope. that's a beard.
Thank you.
What do you do? Do you use beard oil or anything?
So like a lot of people like kind of like swear by it, but I personally like, I just brush it every day and I comb it.
Wow, it's glorious. Like, do you trim it?
I get it trimmed by a barber when I get my hair cut. Anytime I get my hair cut, it gets trimmed. I think that's why it looks so
glorious.
I think it's because I don't worry about losing a couple inches every like now and then, because I'll get a haircut like every 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks.
Wow, and I think everybody, like the first question everyone had was, "Can we touch your beard?"
Absolutely, especially
it looks so soft.
It is soft. It's a little wiry today, actually. It needs to be conditioned. Yeah.
I love it so much. Don't ever get rid of it. How dare you? So I wanted to ask you, so how long have you been streaming for?
I've been streaming probably a little bit over a year and a half.
Oh, okay. So when did you get into it because of, like the pandemic, or were you already part of Twitch, and how'd that happen?
I legit like had no idea what Twitch was.
Wow.
I had no idea. I did game a lot.
Okay.
I kind of knew what Mixer was, but I didn't really have like an idea for it. I was definitely also not. I didn't think I was actually personable enough, which is funny.
What?
Right?
What are you talking about?
I know at the time.
How dare you?
Basically, right at the start of pandemic, things happened. Life happened, and I kind of just was like, I'm gonna take up streaming. I'm gonna try this out. I literally just like stumbled upon Twitch and was like, I like this person and I like how I feel being in this person's stream.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could have fun doing this and it would be actually beneficial for my mental health, as well as like I'd make someone's day.
I love that.
I kind of realized I was funny at a later age, so I kind of want to tell them all my. Like give everyone my humor now.
I can't believe you had never. So you were you like gamed before Twitch, but you had never found it.
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
Like I think I knew what Twitch was, but like I didn't really grasp the idea of it, or like kind of let it go into my life, and then it just changed. Twitch changed my life.
Did you tell that person who inspired you that you started streaming because of them?
I did, but like sadly. Yeah, it was a weird experience. I said that and they were like, "Oh, cool. Sounds good."
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was so awkward. It was so awkward. I even like gifted 5 subs and be like, "Thank you for inspiring me to like." I think they thought I was self-promoting. I was like,
"Oh." I was like, was it like a bigger? Was it like one of the bigger guys?
It was like no.
No. Oh, that's even worse. Oh my God, Steve, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It happened.
Well, I'm really glad that they inspired you nonetheless, because I think that you like are built for it. I think you're great. I'm so happy that you tried it, and also that's like a real testament to streamers in general. Like you'll be watching someone, you're like, hey, I feel like I could maybe do this, and I think this would be really fun. And then you took the leap and you did it. Also, by the way, everyone's still surprised that you have no oil or balm in your beard because it looks so soft.
Like I don't have beard balm at all. I will occasionally. I will do it like once or twice a month.
It looks so soft. What the heck? But I love that you, so that's like not the best response. But so when you first started streaming, were you like, I'm going to try different things? Did you come in with a game plan?
No.
Like, how did you approach that? Because most people have heard of Twitch.
Yeah.
And then they have a sense, but you're coming in like fresh booty. You had no idea. So how'd you approach that?
So like literally, it actually started because my buddy was gonna stream,
Okay.
and he never ended up doing it.
Oh.
So he had a HD 60s capture card just lying around
Oh.
that he was like, Steve, I think you'd do well doing this, man.
Oh.
And like basically he's like, here, have it. I don't need it. I spent money on it and have it for free, dude. Enjoy.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow! What a good friend.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I've known this guy for like 10 years too. So
Nice.
it was just like, okay, I trust this guy. I trust his opinion. I really need to try, right? I need to attempt to do this. So I did it, and I was just a Call of Duty streamer.
You started with Call of Duty. Oh Jesus, that's like a hard space too, because it's very popular and there's a lot of trolls.
It was interesting, right? Because like,
yeah,
I think I've come into this mentality of streaming and I've kept it really well. I'm not on this to grow. I'm on this to have fun and like inspire people.
Nice.
Which has created me to grow naturally and organically.
Right.
And it's not forced. Nothing's forced. I'm just having fun. I want to push as much ridiculous shit in your guys' face.
Right. That's how it should be.
And it's just like, yeah, I just have fun. Like I just have fun creating. So the reason why I started doing Twitch as well was I actually used to have my own landscaping business.
Oh, that's cool.
And I hurt my back.
And
I couldn't do landscaping anymore, and I couldn't actually have an artistic creativity outlet. And so I decided that
you're going to use that here. Wait,
absolutely.
so this is actually really interesting. So you watched a streamer and you were like, oh, this is really inspiring. I feel like I could do this. And you had a friend. This is like very like serendipitous for you. You have this friend who's like, I'm gonna try it, never mind, here you go, has like amazing graphics card. And then you came in also during like the peak rush, I feel like, of the pandemic.
Agreed.
Where everybody was finding Twitch and viewership quadrupled and all that stuff happened.
The perfect time.
Wow, perfect timing.
I feel like, you know, like if I actually cared about crypto, this is kind of like my crypto.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Like truly, like this is like me going in on something that had such an influx.
Right.
And I took that and I somehow ran with it. And like the funny thing is I wasn't a Just Chatting streamer until like pretty much like 4 months ago.
You know, well, I think that's it's interesting. It's sort of like a natural progression because I feel like when you're first starting, you're trying to find your foothold, and Just Chatting is one of the like most challenging, I'd say, because it's so saturated. Like it's oversaturated. People just, it's like became the dump of everything. Like when you're kind of not doing any specific thing, and then even people who are doing something specific they shouldn't be in there are still in there because it's like a catch-all for everything.
Agreed.
So you started off, so how was your experience when you started out as a Call of Duty? Like, I'm surprised that didn't deter you, because that energy, Call of Duty can be hardcore, the people who watch and stuff.
So that's the thing, right? Like I've always been that streamer that's been able to pay more attention to chat than the game too.
Yeah.
Like I actually like I don't know, like streamer sorry, he always says fuck the game, and like that's like
I agree completely.
Resonates throughout.
Always.
I for the first 6 to 8 months I was a complete sweat on Call of Duty. I was really good at it. And then like I think I hit like there was just like a point where people were getting better and I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I just like I kind of just like made more comedy stuff out of it. And just like I was more of like that bad gamer. So
yeah, but you ran with it and rolled with it.
Exactly. I rolled with it. I actually, funny enough, the reason why I did like my branding Big Glizzy Energy was because it was actually a failed marketing attempt for a Call of Duty tournament.
Oh, that's actually, so wait, so you made something, can you explain like what do you mean by that?
So basically I created like these fake energy drink ads because I wanted to appeal to, you know, the meme Glizzy? Meme Glizzy was like freaking poppin' a year ago, right?
Yeah.
So I created Big Glizzy Energy as like the homage to that
Okay.
meme. It was
So you
basically
meme the meme.
I tried to meme the meme by creating
Nice.
the most Kyle energy drink, because energy drinks were the biggest thing too, right? They
Yeah.
still are.
They
So
still are. Oh
I
my
wanted to
God.
make like kind of like a G Fuel
Love
glizzy
that.
meme kind of thing, and it was a failure. I was trying to do like a $1,000 tournament like every weekend, and like advertise it with high quality ads and like random,
Right.
and it completely missed. It completely missed. It was absolutely embarrassing. Um, but it created my reason to actually switch
Right.
to just chatting and create more content that was actually more humor driven,
Fun and yeah,
and
right.
yeah, and just like it was interesting. It was definitely an
So
interesting.
I think that there's 2 points that I actually think are like really important is that you started in one place, you kind of were like, meh, you
Yeah,
found your footing through try like just creativity, like letting things flow. You didn't decide to have like a I'm going to do this exactly and this is what I'm going to do and you
yeah,
were fixed in your idea. You let it happen organically, which I think is really important. And also coming from a place where you weren't as familiarized with Twitch, you weren't afraid to say fuck the game. And can
absolutely.
I just say, like, if you are, and I say this all the time, if you are not a professional at that game, like if you are not a professional and you have sponsors paying you, you should never care about your game. Like
I
it
agree.
kind of is a huge, it's a thing that I think people don't like. If I were to get a huge raid or something were going on, I would be playing a game, like the game turns off. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like I'm not playing this game to be like the best. I'm not trying to get ranked in this game. Like you should always prioritize your chat, especially if
right.
you aren't, you know. So that's so important that you did that early on. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's all networking, and that was like one thing that I definitely would say is part of my success, is being able to connect to a lot of different people. You
Right.
know, I was able to actually have that kind of skill at a young age. It was a lot of like it was a lot of working with a bunch of individuals and just
Right.
learning and like wanting to learn about people.
Right.
That kind of like made me want to do this even more.
Right.
So
Were you like an extroverted person who was like wanted to make friends in that way
yeah,
growing up?
always, always.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that lends itself well when you don't have to be an extroverted person, but it helps, right? Cuz you
Yeah.
want to talk to people and get to know people. So you said you started a landscaping business.
Yeah.
What did you do? Like what was that?
So I
Cuz you
did
said it
like
was
a
for
lot of
creativity.
I did a lot of like hardscape and like interlock and like natural stone walkways, like
Oh.
retaining walls, like the really heavy stuff that would
Yeah.
will hurt your back.
Yeah.
I was It sucks because I was really good at it, and I was starting
Yeah.
like it took 2 years for my references to stop calling me.
Whoa, that
Yeah.
is amazing. So that you had a big following of people. So you would you because I like am like I love
Yeah.
landscaping and
Yeah.
gardening and everything. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I just want to ask. So would you work with your clients to like figure out what would look good and like
Always.
aesthetically and you'd
Always.
that oh
I have like
it's amazing.
I have that mental capacity to actually envision what something's gonna look like before it's
Yeah,
even there. Like I have like
right.
some crazy before and afters where I already knew it was gonna look like that, and I could map it out in my head, and I could actually visually see it. It was
Yeah.
definitely a skill that I had, but like I said, I think like I worked in heritage masonry and like landscaping and heavy labor's jobs since I was 17 until I was like 25. So
Wow. So
it was
that's a big strain on
it
yeah.
was a
So
big
what
strain.
so when you was it like did you try to find another is streaming your full-time job?
No, no.
Okay.
I'm an estimator for a project. I'm an estimator for a construction company.
Okay. So that kind of does that kind of like
It
work?
tied in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they feel like they I kind of make that kind
absolutely.
of makes sense. So
Yeah.
do you get to use your creativity there or this is for
No,
no, you
no.
put
That's
it
why
all
I
into
needed
stream.
Twitch. This is
Yes.
all for Twitch. So pretty much what happened was hurt my back. Went to school, dropped out of school, got
Okay.
a job through my professor because
Whoa.
I might have dropped out, but I got really good grades in his class.
Yeah.
I got like 96s in both of his. There
What
was a
was his
two-parter.
class?
It was estimating. So
Perfect.
he
Okay.
actually, yeah, he worked for a disaster relief company,
Oh, nice.
and
Okay.
so I actually got into disaster relief and restoration for 3 years, and then I actually just made a switch to a construction company as an estimator. just a higher position.
Nice.
Starting in the new year.
Wow. And so you, when you say you do your creativity for stream, Chris just brought up that you are doing a complete stream studio overhaul. What is that? What does that mean?
So like right now I don't have the GoPro set up, but I'm literally in a studio right now. This is actually not my house.
Okay.
So like we're actually working on a soundproofed room here. It's drywalled to the best of its ability currently. It's soundproofed though.
It's like an office?
Yeah, it's a complete office.
Whoa.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So you have to physically go somewhere.
Yeah, like it's a 30-minute drive here, but it's me and my buddy. And
oh wow.
yeah, like we're really honing in on having a space to be creative. And that's the biggest thing, is being able to have something somewhere to do, because like I currently live at my aunt and uncle's, so I'm streaming in their basement. I'm just like, I didn't want to piss them off. I wanted to be able to yell, you know. COVID really screwed up living arrangements. It's absolutely horrible.
Oh
but,
no.
Yeah, it's okay. But so I want to create a space. My buddy was like, "Hey, I'm building a studio. I want to make a podcast, and I can't just do this on my own." I was like, "Well,
let's do it."
I know a guy.
So are you the kind of person, because I always feel like I've always thought about what would I ever get like a studio space, because when I first started streaming, I always liked the idea that you were driving somewhere and it felt like it was, you know, I hate to use the word work, but like it felt like more. But then I feel like now I've gotten into this rhythm of like, I feel like I wouldn't want to do the drive. Are you the kind of person who feels like driving will help that brain that says like, this is a job kind of thing? Will that help you?
I've noticed that a little bit, and I didn't want it to be a job, but since I work from home,
I hate that
now,
word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. So the difference that I have is I work from home now too.
Oh, okay.
So I'm working from home, streaming in the same place. Oof. It was kind of getting to the point where like I wasn't like leaving my space for like 12 hours and then going to bed, waking up, doing the same thing. It was just not. It was just not like. It wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't enjoyable. It was starting to get a little like bland for me. It was just getting
monotonous.
And then exactly.
And then especially if you're someone who's so creative, working in a place where you're like, it's your work, and then trying to use that as a creative space, it doesn't. And then you're also using it as a place to relax too. It's like a lot.
So personally, like, I find that your time is a little bit more valuable, since you actually have to go to this place and like actually do something about it. You know what I mean? Like,
actually,
you only have 4 hours. Like, you know what I mean? Like, instead of, oh, I'm just gonna stay at home, I'm gonna sleep right after this. I have a 30-minute drive after this, right? So
that's like, it's sort of fascinating. I always wonder, you know, because I have a streamer friend, Athena Bean. Yes, heck yeah. So she also has a studio space, and I always, you know, when I did an interview her, it's beautiful, and I always think about like, I have this one room, and it's in my house that I own, so like I can be as loud as I want. It's fine. But I always wonder like if you could have, you know, a room and it's much bigger and you could make it whatever you want. You could put cameras all over it. You know, you get like a couch area and like a table. Like, it would be really interesting. But then it's like, would I drive the 30 minutes or whatever?
That's the thing,
That's
right?
the question. Yeah, big shift.
If I had like a house that was like, I had like an area where I could like, you know, keep it separate from a workspace.
Right.
Totally do that. I would totally do that. But like, the fact that right now, like, we're actually doing everything, like we're soundproofing it, we're drywalling it, you know, we're getting all of the IT, we've framed it, like, but the thing is me and my buddy have the skills to do it because we've done construction for 9 years, right? I
was just gonna say, you guys are like the perfect duo to do this.
And like, literally the funny thing is IT is not my forte. We literally had like my buddy who's IT like come in, and like we networked a whole wall. Like, we have a whole wall of like Ethernet cables in the framing and stuff like that. It's just so like we're making some cool upgrades. It's going to be very aesthetically pleasing probably next month.
Are you going to do like co-streams together? Is that like the plan?
Yeah, so he runs a men's mental health podcast.
Oh wow.
So he's looking to actually get government funding, but he has to be a a foundation for 2 years. You know how that is, Chris.
Yeah. Chris. Yeah, shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris.
Yeah, yes. Heck yes. So yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like it's going to be a always, but I will be helping him record his podcast, edit. You know, it's more his space than mine, so I'm kind of like, you know, it's just we're balancing workload.
Ideas and working together.
Exactly. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it actually.
You should be really excited. I think that also, isn't it such like a great feeling when you get that creative bug and then you can start actually doing something about it?
Absolutely. Like I just bought a new camera and I cannot wait to absolutely
set it up and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm filming on right now.
Yeah, and we were just talking, there was comments earlier on before how your camera looks really, really good. And I love the flags behind you. You look very like presidential almost. I was just gonna say,
I'm here to ask you again.
Please.
$1 billion.
No, I think it's amazing. And I love that you're utilizing your creative mind to, so like for you, where do you see your content going? Like as you know, are entering this new stage?
Well, I mean, personally, I don't even want to know because that's the magic about it. That's the magic for me, right? I don't want to have an expectation because I just want to create, right? I don't want to have fun. I don't want to have like that hurdle, right?
Right.
If I start creating all of these, I want my content to do this. I want someone to see this. It's gonna slow me down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna slow me down.
You want, yeah. Please, that being said, I would definitely want to have a little bit more eyes on my stuff. But that's in time. Yeah. That's the thing, right? That's always the hardest part. I think that like you have the same mentality that I do, where it's like I want to have fun first and like let that be because the minute streaming stops being fun and starts feeling like an obligation or anything is when the whole thing can collapse on itself. You'll feel burnt out. Legit. You'll feel exhausted. You have to remember that like no matter where you are in the space, having joy in it should take priority over anything else. And I think that's amazing that you think that. Are you doing like, because I know that they were talking earlier about your ads. Do you do like video editing for TikTok and Hover? Are you doing those kind of things?
Yeah. So like TikTok, my content really didn't do too well on there. Hover Hover's been really good.
Yeah. Hover's great, right?
I have been on Hover for I think 4 months now.
How's it going?
I'm at 1.3 thousand followers. 1.33.
Nice.
So
nice.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's a small app still, you know, so it's still 1,000 is a lot for that.
Yeah, 1.33 is pretty good so far. I truly think that app's gonna blow up. I truly think it's gonna blow up.
Right?
There's money involved in it, right? Like the fact is they're giving incentives for challenges. I've seen Hover streams just like they used to have like 300 viewers and then they were having 600 viewers now. Like it's getting ridiculous. And watch the next top streamer is gonna be crazy. I bet you they're gonna have at least 1K viewership. I'm excited to see because I was super apprehensive when I was like, really another social media app? I was like, oh my God, I can barely keep up with the ones that we have now. And Nair actually was like, just at least grab your name. Just make sure you grab your name because you don't want to have to deal with that. And then I've been posting now for I think 2 months now, and I agree with you. I've seen like a lot of people say like I found you from Hover, and it's really, I think the only thing they're still trying to work out is the whole gravity thing, right? Like how the gravity works, because if you were some of the streamers that they asked initially to get on, they have like all of the gravity, and it's harder for people signing up now. So I think that once they iron that out, I could totally see it really, really taking off. I think it just still feels like there's a balance that they need to find, Yeah, and like there's a lot of weird things that I've kind of been figuring out in regards to the app to get like kind of viewership boosts, to be honest. Like it's just like there's definitely weird quirky things about this app.
So like, do you mind sharing what you found? Yeah, because like I'm still learning. I'm like, I never know what's happening.
So the funniest thing is that my content on all social medias, it's just too long content for something like short attention span like this.
Yeah.
Even stream clips, I found were hard to get to the point in regards to the algorithm itself.
Right.
So what I was doing was like I have like 270 posts. So like I'll post like 5 stream clips, and they'll do like the meta of I'll do like 3 seconds. I'll kind of give like a like a nice message to people, like say they're doing great, having a great day. I do it only when I feel like it though. So it's what do
you mean by 3 seconds of like? You'll just talk to the camera?
I literally take my camera, I literally put it on my face, and I'm like, I hope you have a wonderful day today. And then since the algorithm will pick up something that's shorter,
something like that. Yeah.
And if it's over 50% viewership, people are actually going to also interact with it because I'm actually telling them to have a good day.
Huh.
So it's actually giving them something of like a nice little emotional boost.
A little boost. That's interesting. I think that's actually a testament because I only started my like consistently posting on TikTok and Hover like recently. It's still something that I'm working towards. Hover in particular, TikTok a little bit longer than that. But I've never wanted. I always thought like if I do a 3-second clip that's not from stream, that it would be confusing. Like, I don't know. So because I see people on TikTok in particular, like streamers who will partake in like current, themes or whatever that's going on TikTok, and they'll do it like the little filters or whatever. And I'm always like, I don't know if I should fill my TikTok with like things that aren't streamer related. So you've seen that it's been beneficial when you just do like a 3-second like little thing.
So it's like it depends, right? Some of my other stuff will work. Like I've done like some competitions and stuff like that like that will fly. But like I don't, like I said, this is not like my main content. And like it's very, but I've noticed that every single time I do it, the viewership is it's like higher. Astronomically higher than what the clips get. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like I'll usually get like 200, 250 to like 500 average of a clip. And then I'll get 2.7K to 6K viewership
for just 3 seconds
on these videos that I just tell people to have a great day. Hoping
you're hacking the matrix right now. The apparently. 3 seconds. Wow.
But like, I
didn't know.
Mean it though. I actually mean it though. Like this isn't like I'm gonna do this because it's
no, I don't think so at all. I think that's great that you found something that you could like really authentically be like, I hope you're having a great day, and also it helps get more eyes on your content, which is amazing. That's so, great feedback.
I feel like I don't look at it as, oh my god, it's not streamer related, because it's because I'm the person in front of the camera, right? Like so like if you're on a stream, you're the person in front of that stream camera. So I think the personality is just shown, and that's where sometimes it's hard for people to actually rationalize in their mind, like, oh, this person streams, or I think it's just a networking thing. Where, you gotta keep the streamer mindset away from TikTok, and I think you'll actually do better.
Interesting. That is very, very interesting, because we were talking about how I on my TikTok I like to try these filters, but then I put them all in my drafts. Like, I'll try the filters out and I'll be like laughing at myself because I look terrible. And they'll be like they're very short, like little, like, oh my God, I look terrible. And I just draft it. And they said, like, can you start doing it? Because I do a daily, we call it the daily dump. And they were saying, like, can you start doing it, an extra one on Fridays where you post one of your drafted things? Like, do you guys really want to see me, like, try on filters and I'm like gagging at how bad I look, whatever? And they're like, yes, that is probably something that would be funny. And I've never thought, I literally was like, I'm not gonna, they said to do it, and I was like, nah, I don't know. And then look at you, you're like, no, they like shorter things, but as long as you're still the streamer and you're still being your authentic self, that's all that really matters.
The thing, right? And I think that's what, especially you, because you always think you look like you're gagging at yourself.
I
right?
do. I
Like
am. Yes.
you gotta be a little, you gotta love yourself, right? So I think a lot of people love you, right?
Oh, you're very
Right,
sweet.
Haley? No, truly.
Yeah. Stabby.
So, no.
Yes.
So so I
Yeah.
think I think that's a great idea. I think that
Oh, you're
also gives
sweet.
you, I think it gives you more raw emotion as well,
Mm.
on like you're not like trying to be prim and proper in regards to, how your personality is shining, right? So it's like
Oh
it's
yeah.
so raw and
Steve,
it's
I
so
am
like,
the most
oh,
prim and proper lady you've ever seen in your life. Have you seen these
no,
wrists? Oh my God. Close your
you
eyes.
know
You're
what
going to
I
start
mean.
blushing. You cannot look at these wrists, okay? It's too much. I'm super prim and proper. You're so sweet. But that's very good advice. Also, I
But you know
wanted
what
to
I
ask
mean.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean. I want to ask you, Chris wanted to know, what is your view on how much live versus how much pre-made content? What it like I guess I'm thinking maybe he's referring to your ads and stuff. I'm not sure. What did you mean, Chris, by like pre-made content?
So like my big Lizzie energy stuff, like my drum tutorials.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much? Sorry, I'm
Yeah, like what is your
like,
view on how much like you should do from live content where it's like us right now versus pre-made stuff that you are already edited and have ready to go?
I think I'm personally more notorious for my pre-filmed and edited stuff than
Mm-hmm.
my actual stream.
Mm.
Um,
Would you ever do YouTube? Like
I
YouTube videos?
I do, but like they actually don't do well because I don't have enough of a following to actually kind of trigger
YouTube
that.
is so hard to grow on.
Yeah.
Holy, I don't know
It,
how anyone does it.
so it's essentially, if you have a group of friends that will be able to actually watch the whole video and like
Right.
it, like
Right.
like 10 people to just kind of kick it off. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty much my mentality on how I think that would require.
Mm-hmm.
I think my main goal right now would be to build my Twitch so that
Mm.
maybe we do YouTube premieres or something,
Mm.
and we instead of me playing a new video on Twitch as like a premiere, it would be like a YouTube thing where we all watch it together or something, and
Yeah.
people would like it or something like that.
Yeah.
There's just ways to work how things are viewed, right? And
Right.
it's all computer, and it's very hard to understand YouTube for me.
It's so
Uh,
hard. YouTube is
yeah,
like, I always think of YouTube, at least for my content, is like a repository or like a safe space for our Twitch content. So
yeah,
I put I do my podcast on there,
yes,
D&D stuff on there. We'll do some highlight reels on there from like charity events, but
yeah,
I don't really like personally push YouTube as much
yeah.
because
Me
YouTube
neither.
is like, I mean, I don't even know how content creators grow on there. I feel like it's so hard to find. It's so saturated. It's so hard to find
Yeah,
anybody. Like, I have no idea how the algorithm works. Like,
agreed.
also, I have a question about Hover. Do you use hashtags, by the way?
I don't, but it's definitely a thing that personally I don't think it's something that will create a boost in algorithm,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of people that are doing reaction videos these days.
Yeah. And they're using hashtags now. I saw
So
that.
if you
Yeah.
were to look at like hashtag fails or hashtag dance or something like
Right.
that, some people actually do like reaction stuff. Like I know Sorry does that. I know Sorry does that.
Yeah.
So, you never know whose stream you're gonna pop up on when people
Right.
are on Hover, right?
Right. I
So
mean, like it's funny that you actually bring up also is that though I've had two clips go like I guess like viral for Hover, and one of them was um when I was when someone did like a funny donation. The other one was when I was ugly crying because we got partnered. And
oh
those
my
were the two,
God.
and they were both
Ugliest cry.
super ugly cry on the bathroom floor, like hardcore, like no makeup, in my pajamas, like I was bad. And it was funny because I actually was apprehensive even posting the one where I found I got partnered on Hover because I was like, it's not really like Twitch content. And I almost didn't
Right.
post it. But
Right.
what you're saying is like if anything has to do with you, you are your content. And I've never
Exactly.
it's sort of eye-opening. I haven't looked at it that way. So that's actually
Yeah,
really
like
interesting. Yeah.
because it's like it's not your chair, it's not your
Yeah.
background, it's not
My
your
chair.
username, right?
Yeah,
It's
right.
it's
Right.
it's you, right? It's
Right.
you.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
that's how
think
I
about
look
it that
at
way.
it. And that's how I
Yeah.
think of it. And like if ever anyone fronts me on like why I put my skits on Hover, it's like, well, I play them on stream. So
Right.
what do you want
Why
from me?
not? Yeah, that's an interesting outlook. I feel like it's hard to, because, I also don't ever want to post something and then like it gets taken down. I've seen a lot of streamer friends get like, not on Hover, on TikTok, get banned and stuff, or shadow banned because they'll post something that's like, I don't know, misleading, I guess. But I don't feel like that would be, as long as you're not doing anything weird. I mean, like I have one streamer friend, I don't know if you know him, Duty Beard. He's had such a hard time with TikTok lately. And it made me nervous because like he wasn't doing anything that I could differentiate was different than everyone else. And it started to make me panic. I was like, oh, TikTok is getting like sassy. So I was like, oh God, I don't know.
It's hard, right? Because you also have to think like, what's the recipe of disaster that is creating that, right? And like, to be honest, it's like, you don't have his phone. You don't know. When
you don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Like he might be posting the exact same content as other people, but like at what time?
Right.
Or like,
Who's watching it? Maybe someone's reporting it. Right.
And what's the length of the videos? I mean, personally, like, I don't do well on TikTok, but I don't personally think that I'm being shadow banned, and that's, I don't want to use that as like an
excuse or something.
As an excuse or like as like a right away, I personally would think, what am I not doing to create or follow the trends that TikTok is creating? Because personally, I don't follow those TikTok trends. I do my own stupid shit, and
I don't either. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if I should or not. Yeah, that's the thing, is like I sort of do the trends, but then I just put them in my drafts because I'm like, no one wants to see me see which Disney prince I would bang or not.
Why not?
And so that's why I'm starting to think like maybe I just had the wrong outlook, is that I always just thought it should be my Twitch content and that's all that I would post. So that's really interesting. Let me also ask you, what was like the moment that you decided, like when you felt that you were going to move to the new place? Like what was that? Because sometimes there's like a moment where you're like, okay, it's time to take a big pivot. Was there a specific moment for you? Was it something that changed?
Not really. It was more or less like I kind of wanted something more elaborate than what I had, and like what I had was a really nice setting and everything like that. Like, it's just I kind of wanted something that was a little bit more customizable to something that I would like. That is my own, right? Like it's my own kind of like love. I mean, it is a shared space, so it's not going to be completely like SteveFrench, right? That being said, personally, it was just like my buddy was like, hey, I'm doing this, and I'm like, I love this. I love this a lot, and I'm very down.
Let's do it.
And basically, like, I have like free reign in this place. Like, he doesn't even have to be here. Like, he wasn't even here when I got here at the studio. Like it's an actual workspace that I can go into and
you can use it how you see fit, and then also have someone to bounce ideas off of and all of that good stuff, which is great. How do you feel about videos? It could be TikTok. I don't know if this is popular on Hover, but like part 1, part 2 videos.
I think
like
they're
follow
smart.
For part 2, or would you like
smart.
those?
I don't do them myself because I think I don't have the forward thinking of creating interest in part 1. I always kind of want to give everyone the goods on part 1.
Right.
So it's like one of those things where I don't have enough TikTok knowledge to be able to say, okay, I need to be 45 seconds in to then create the hook, or like I need to be 15 seconds in. That's where the hook needs to be, and like how to create the hook at that exact point to make it look exactly real, right? Because a lot of these real videos are staged
as fuck. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
And they're so good, and they're so well done to the point where people will believe.
Tell.
Funny enough, man, my sister's fucking TikTok famous.
No way.
She doesn't even try. She's literally a meme. My sister's a meme.
You're
I like my sister. My sister's so much more famous than me without even trying.
She's a meme. Can you give us a hint, like what meme she is? If you don't want to share, you do not have to share.
I will DM it to you because
okay, DM it to me. I'm just curious.
This shit has come back 3 times.
What do you mean the shit has come back?
Every year, man. Like
every year there's a resurgence of her meme.
Always, and like millions of views on TikTok.
Wait, but is she constantly putting out more content for TikTok?
She doesn't have a username. She doesn't have she's literally just a
So she got wait. So she got accidentally memed on TikTok, and then it gets a resurgence every year. Yeah. But she's not actually a content creator.
She's not.
She's one of those people that like are like the famous meme people who get memed and then they live with the meme forever?
Yeah.
Does she hate it?
She hates it.
No!
I keep telling her she could like build something so good off of it. From all the clout she could create. She's just not
Poor
about it.
thing. Oh, that's always like a huge fear, right? That some horrible thing happens and then all of a sudden I'm actually having like my brain vines just run through my head, like vine after vine of just these poor people in these funny moments, and then it's like you made me drop my croissant. Like
it was
gone.
Like,
oh no.
So basically the basis of this video was a school project. And they didn't have a USB drive. So they uploaded it on frickin' YouTube to present it so they could get a grade. It started getting reviewed by massive video reviewers on YouTube.
Oh no!
Like millions of subscribers.
Steve! Okay, wait, Steve. How much does your sister love you? Because you should absolutely interview her on your stream.
She won't.
She won't do it. Oh man, oh no.
I've
asked
every year, every time it comes back. I'm like, come on.
Oh no. If she probably just owned it, she might like.
She could too.
Yeah.
She's actually extremely hilarious, but she's very introverted.
Oh,
so
okay. It's just not her cup of tea.
Yeah, sadly, like she's very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Damn. So maybe one day, I feel like all memes eventually die, right?
No, not this one. I swear
Don't tell her that, Steve.
Not this one, man. I swear to God,
oh, no.
I'm jealous of her.
Yeah, she got memed and she doesn't even want it.
I would have been like, I got memed. I got memed.
Oh, me too. Oh, I'm like hoping. I just don't ever want there to be a meme. I can see if there's a meme that like, if it was something really embarrassing.
It was a video. It was pretty embarrassing. It was a video.
Oh, okay.
It was
okay.
like,
So,
and like it got dubbed world's worst something. So it was bad.
Okay. Bad. Oh, poor SteveFrench sister. Oh boy. Okay. Well, now I feel bad. I'm sorry. Sometimes because I feel like some things have become a meme, like the kombucha girl, right?
Yeah.
You know that she just all she did was have a funny reaction to kombucha, and now she's like one of the top 10 TikTok creators.
Exactly.
And she owned that. Like she completely owned it. And she was like, I looked like a mess. I was exhausted. I just tried some kombucha, had a funny reaction, and she ran with it, and now she's gigantic. So like if you sometimes if you own it, it can be better. But if you don't want it, then it just is probably terrible. Oh no.
And that's where I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh
no. Well, maybe
it's
in
once
time.
in a lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you could literally make so much money off of this.
And it's been don't tell us how long it's been, but like
5 years.
Has she? Oh, it's been 5 years. Oh,
at least.
And it resurges every year.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh no.
Yeah, it's like it's like millions. Every post gets millions.
And you know what's funny is I thought I was so well versed in memes, but like I really don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
Yeah. So it's a video.
I mean, maybe if I saw it, then I would know. But I feel like I don't know.
It's a clip. It's a clip from a YouTube video.
Oh
no. It's so good. I'll send it to you.
And I will keep it secret. No one will know, I promise. I will not, I swear I would never send it. I'll never share it with anybody. I will not. But I'm just curious. But that is actually, it's interesting that like you and your sister are so different too.
Yeah. Like she actually wishes it was me that happened to.
Yeah.
Truly wishes it was me.
Because you would have handled it, different. Because you're an extrovert. And is she older or younger than you?
Younger.
Okay. Interesting. I would have said maybe you were actually younger, because usually I feel like the younger ones are more extroverted than the.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, I kind of just like, I've always kind of been,
extroverted.
Yeah, very.
Do you guys have a big age gap?
2 years.
Oh no, so not even because I feel like I nannied for many years, and whenever I had siblings, the older one always felt like much more like more like pragmatic and a little bit more introverted. And then the younger one was sort of like, I don't give a fuck. And they'd like run around and tear the house up. So it's interesting. It seems like you guys are the reverse of that.
Yeah. And funny enough, like she was definitely less introverted until she got older, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel bad that she went through that, but I also feel like maybe you kind of can like, in a weird way, learn from the innards of how that keeps going viral. Can you figure it out? Like, why?
Haley,
I need to know.
Haley,
I need to know.
You can't. Like, it's not. It's literally like.
It's like unquantifiable meme that just won't
just
stop.
One of those things that just like someone just was able to clip that properly, and it just the way she said stuff.
Wow, so interesting. Perfect. How, you know, I bet you there will be studies done as we move into this era of technology that they study how things become memes, because like, especially with the TikTok will have a new meme that will be everywhere for like a month, and then there's another one and another one, and I don't ever, it always seems like, why? Like, why this thing? Why?
I know.
Why did humanity decide this one right now? It's so hard to know.
It's interesting though,
right?
Seeing like what the actual humor is in like a general consensus.
Yeah, and I think TikTok is like the perfect. Hover might be one day actually. It's still too small now, but I feel like TikTok is like a weird bubble of millions upon millions of people. It's almost like every millions of people have an inside joke for a month or two. I
agree. And
so like, weird.
One day. I think to be honest, like, you know, with the new camera, the new equipment that I have now, like I can actually create content by myself now without like having help with someone who has a better camera than me and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's just like I actually have a bit more freedom in regards to when I can do it and how I can do it now.
Right.
That being said, like the people that help me, like they're insanely amazing and so talented that they're still definitely going to be like part of like a team of like creating with me in regards to the bigger stuff. But yeah, it's just amazing to have like, tools at hand. It's just crazy, like the fact that Twitch has created a income to do that.
Right.
You know,
and I think that's like insane. The beauty of Twitch is that so much can come from it, and just if you just, you know, take the leap, right? You say like, okay, I'm gonna try this thing, and like I know that my life has changed a quadrillion times over and over and over, and I feel like if you, and Chris actually is pretty much the reason why I became a full-time streamer. I mean, he's not the only reason, but over about a year and like a half ago, I guess at this point, I was super on the fence. I was like, and I was a part-time, inconsistent. It was always sort of my primary thing, but it wasn't like what I am now, you know? And I was terrified to take the leap because I was like, I don't want how I feel about stream to change because now I'm dependent on it completely and fully. And Chris just says to me, he's like, what are you waiting for? He literally, like, he said the meanest thing. He's like, you're an idiot. He's like, do this yesterday, do it right now. And I took the leap, and it really, you know, it was like the best decision ever made. But it's hard because you don't want streaming to become like a thing that you aren't joyful about anymore.
Yeah. And
you know
so,
what I mean?
So did anything change?
No. For me, the only thing that changed is my outlook on, you know, the back end stuff. So like before the back end, because like streaming is always my solace. It's always my outlook of joy. It's when, even if I'm having a bad day, the content creation part is never the problem. For me, the behind the scenes were always a pain because I sort of dreaded doing them. I hated video editing. It's so time consuming. I wasn't very good at it. Social media was always a challenge for me to keep up with. I always felt like I was drowning. I was never keeping up with anything. So the ability to drop my 4 other side hustles to be able to do this full time made it so that when I do the behind the scenes, I can actually have time to it and doesn't drown me anymore. But the reality is it just made me love streaming even more going full time, you know? It just solidified everything I loved before.
Yeah,
exactly.
Create that atmosphere.
Right. Yeah. Would you say that your primary platform will always be Twitch? Like, let's say Hover came out with its own complete streaming. Like, it's like it creates its own like thing. Would you ever
I don't
move on
know.
Twitch.
I
Yeah.
don't have an
It's hard to
answer.
know.
I don't have
Yeah.
an answer yet because it's too soon because I
Right.
don't I'm s- too s- I'm kind of so dedicated into Twitch.
Me too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
if I was to switch, that would not be a very politically correct move in regards to like my, you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't
I love you say
like
Steve, you say
not
politically
politically
correct with the
correct, but
flags
like
next to you.
but not like it wouldn't be very
Right.
it wouldn't be
It
very
wouldn't be a
smart.
smart
It
move.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
a smart move in regards to
Yeah.
like how like the politics of everyone that's watching my stream, right?
Of
Like
course.
and like that would be a big hit in regards to how I would feel. I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah.
I've put too much work into Twitch to then just leave like right off the bat, you know?
That's something
It's
that I
just,
don't think gets talked about enough because we just in my last podcast we were talking about how Twitch has a monopoly, right? There's no
yeah,
other viable streaming outlet for us. If Twitch tomorrow says this is not worth the effort anymore, we give you things and you guys still complain, goodbye, where would we all go? You know, like that's a huge and like Facebook gaming or YouTube is just not even close in comparison to this.
yeah,
So
I don't think
terrifying.
Twitch is going anywhere.
No, I don't either.
Jeff Bezos is a very smart human being
Right.
who would never drop something like this, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in the regards of it's in the hands of Amazon.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of the safest bet. I mean, like it's not like a Mixer issue.
Right. Which we were talking about how Mixer last podcast, how Mixer is such a fascinating, like, how did that fail? Like, it just feels like it shouldn't have failed, you know? And it's scary because all those Mixer streamers were kind of evicted, right? And then they had to start over. A lot of them had to start over. And that's why, I mean, Twitch is a billion times bigger than Mixer was, but like, it's still a scary reality that all of us, especially like people whose full time is on Twitch, all of our eggs is in Twitch's basket, all of them, you know, and that's a terrifying thing. We don't have a say, you know, in what happens. So that's like that's one downside. But it is interesting that, you know, I always wondered like if there was something competitive, would people try it out? Like, would you, you know?
Yeah, it's hard, right? It's hard to say because like it's almost like I'd have to see how competitive. Right, because like that's like, you know, the people that actually watch me I care about, and what if like it's not as interactive for them, right? And what if it's just not enjoyable for them to watch in that certain setting or whatever,
Right.
But like I'm making more money, so do I become the sellout? Or do, you know, like, or I keep the bread and butter how I have it, right? And
Twitch just has that special sauce, you know?
It does.
Like they just have that special thing, because you were saying like the features of another, and I tried mixed streaming on Mixer once.
Yeah.
And it felt like I wasn't home, you know?
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like I was on vacation. I was like, this is weird. Just palm trees.
You've made switches with different social streaming services.
I tried once. At the time, Mixer was, you know, there was a big push for streamers to try Mixer. Okay. And my community was like, let's just try it one night. And I was like, all right. We tried it one night, and it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. I never went back, and I wasn't partnered. I wouldn't be allowed to do something like that now, but I tried it, and it just sort of felt like, and that's the thing, is like the bread and butter that you talked about, that is Twitch, that makes Twitch indescribably better. It's hard to replicate that feeling. Have you watched any YouTube streamers?
No. I really, really, like, I am so dedicated to Twitch that I just like, I stay in that community. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I've kind of looked at weighing in like how much time and effort and worth that I have in regards to going elsewhere to kind of network. So I kind of stay in Twitch because it's just I kind of more and more I watch Twitch, more and more I feel like I can kind of feel more of like being in the community. It kind of just keeps, I'm just more comfortable with Twitch too, right? Like I know how things work. Plus, like, it's kind of cool having your name, you know, someone might recognize your name. It's kind of
Right.
cool, right? Like
It
like,
is cool.
so
Yeah.
cool.
And it feels like there is like a way that even though Twitch is gigantic, it still feels like intimate. Like you know each other, you get that like friendship thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Nomad brought up that YouTube is semi-decent but lacks a lot of features that Twitch has. I don't even know how you find live streamers on YouTube. I don't even know how you find it. Like, it seems like it's so hidden.
I think it's on the homepage, but it's like one like banner or something. And like, yeah, I personally like, I think, to be honest, it's like, you know, you go to Twitch because it's all live streaming broadcasting, right?
Yes.
Like there's no like subcategories to Twitch.
Yes.
There's people live. Go look.
They're everywhere.
YouTube, you've got
ads,
you got videos, you've got playlists, you've got people that you follow in regards to the content they do.
Right.
You've got like these people are alive, and it's like
like 6 of them,
one row, and it's like,
right.
How do I? And then you have to click, and then you have to like, what kind of it's not in your face organized, which
it's not.
Twitch is, right? Because Twitch also knows what categories you watch, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like YouTube is just not there. YouTube's kind of like, let's make some more money. We can
and give this add-on essentially.
We can get something out of it. Won't
right.
be Twitch.
Right.
But here you go, people. People who want to see.
And it sort of felt like they already had people who were uploading, so they're like, here's a feature, but it doesn't feel like it's their primary thing. And that's why I feel like I would never, I honestly don't, I can't even think about it because I'll like start shaking and crying, but like, I don't know what I would do. And Mixer failed because Microsoft doesn't know how to manage platforms correctly, even Game Pass. And I think that's the thing is Mixer, it wasn't the Microsoft's priority. Right. You know, it wasn't like they were like, let's try this out. Let's throw some money at it. Let's steal one of the biggest streamers. But that's not enough. And I don't think that they did enough research that taking one of the tier 1 streamers, their viewership is not going to dissolve down to all the other streamers. Right. They're going to come and watch the biggest guy and then they're going to leave. You know, it's not like they're going to get that viewership to dissolve. That's what I always talk about for the SteveFrench page, because for like the Women's History Month shelf, we're like 6 clicks down. Black History Month last month, they're like 6 clicks down. Why not put these marginalized creators who are smaller under the carousel? You're not going to detract from the same 12 big guys. They're not going to watch me. Like, you're not going to ruin them, I promise. The only thing it will do is give people who are floating around anyways the opportunity to find smaller creators, you know?
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know what happened with Twitch, because like generally they're really good, right? Like generally Twitch is decent at, like, they missed the ball on
sometimes
2 months.
They 2 months in a row. I think the thing is like Twitch tries, we talk about it all the time, they're trying, but it's like everything, people expect things to change very quickly, but it's an enormous company. I'm sure they have to go through like hundreds of protocols and people to have site-wide changes.
Absolutely, and that's the hard part, right?
Yeah.
You know, people don't see how long things take, you know, like, and I actually got a lot of a perspective in regards to something that wasn't even related, but I used to do a lot of disaster relief, which is insurance work, right?
Yeah.
Everyone says, oh, insurance work takes so long, right? But it's like, you don't know how many people have to deal with one file for something. It's, you know, it gives you kind of a perspective, but I totally agree. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think there's just too many hands in the pot at this point, and it's just like
so many.
But like, that's what happens when it gets so big, and that's what happens when everyone enjoys this service, right?
Yes.
I mean, like, if Twitch was that bad, they'd be out of business.
Right. And that's actually a really good point, is that if, you know, and I appreciate that you're also like the second content creator that I've talked to about this, because I get really like tired of people villainizing Twitch and like berating them over every little thing, when you also 5 minutes later say like, live streaming now. Like, you're using the platform that you're also villainizing. Absolutely. It's okay to use constructive criticism and say, hey, can you try this? Can we try this? But it doesn't need to be that all or nothing. Like, you know, they things take time that shouldn't take time.
Yeah, it's like a relationship,
or as much time.
Right? It's like a relationship. You can't hate your girlfriend. talk crap about her, and then
and go and be like, "Come here, baby."
Exactly. It's not healthy, right? It's not healthy,
Right.
and that's not a healthy relationship that you're having with Twitch or anything like that,
Yeah.
right? You gotta treat things with proper respect, and you have to also like understand the values that are in the good and in the bad, so that you can balance that out. Because for every kind of bad thing, I bet you Twitch has twice as many good things.
Good thing. Oh, I love that. Yes, I agree. And I appreciate that, because it's a sentiment that I feel like is not shared amongst many streamers on the Twitter world.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of like shouting, and so it gets exhausting because you're just like,
absolutely.
Twitter is a hard one, man.
It's very hard. Weirdly enough, I've been finding some funny traction on Twitter because I am the world's weirdest poster for sure.
Twitter.
I post weird stuff, man.
Twitter's like your fever dreams, like your diary.
Yeah,
Dear diary.
Like I had like this one day where I tweeted like 10 fever dreams, man. I swear to God. Like people were probably like wondering
what's happening.
Steve needs a blood test.
No, that's what Twitter can be. Like you could just use it as a place that you just like dump your thoughts or whatever. Yeah. But it is when you scroll through Twitter, you're like, oh my God, like it's And also, Abby said for me personally, I go to YouTube when I'm looking for something specific, but I don't consume it the same way as Twitch. And Kate said, I feel like Twitch is to Apple what YouTube is to Android.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you're an Apple person, that's a compliment. If you're an Android person, then you're probably insulted.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm an iPhone guy.
I'm an iPhone too. Let's go. Yeah, me too.
But personally, like, I feel that there's a lot of things people can complain about because I feel like we've kind of lost sense on what's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that there's a lot of good things. They're trying.
Yeah, like there's a streamer that was talking about how, you could post the most wholesome clip with your kids and stuff like that, and like you could post something that is absolutely disgustingly toxic and just atrocious, and it would get more coverage than it would the wholesome,
the wholesome thing.
And it's just like people hate the hate, but they kind of interact with it more.
Always. It gets more eyes. And that's why I appreciate like content creators like you and I, where we are trying to utilize our platforms for good and for, giving helpful critiques and but not shouting into the void like every frustration that we feel, because it's a lot, and I think it can be detrimental. There's people who live Twitter can be super fun, but it also could be very detrimental if you constantly consume that side of streamer verse and stuff like that.
Agree.
Okay, so before we wrap up, I have a question for you, Steve.
Yes.
You said we weren't allowed to talk about this, but I am asking you, wheels or doors?
Ugh.
You're answering me immediately.
Well, here's my forehead. So
that doesn't look like a wheel to me.
Okay, so it's definitely doors.
Oh my God! On that note, we're hanging up. We are hanging up. You are telling me, do you actually believe in this world that there are more doors?
Yes, I do.
I would like the record to show my defendant, aka me, says Hot Wheels, Legos, the freaking thing that rolls all of your luggage in the airport that's like 1 million miles long and it rolls all the things, all the tires, there's a tire island, Steve Frenchington.
Yes, there is. I'm still like skyscrapers. I don't even Monsters Inc., man.
But wait.
Never-ending doors.
That doesn't count. Wait, time out for a second. Let me tell you something. I have had this debate in every, let's say, office building, okay? Your skyscrapers. Each rolly desk chair has 4 to 6 wheels on it for one room.
So are drawers doors?
No.
Yes.
Why would a drawer be a door? A drawer? A cabinet, maybe. I could say a cabinet, but not a drawer. A cabinet is like a door you open. A drawer, I think you're
you just said it's a door that opens.
A drawer is a cabinet. I could see a door, a cabinet. They call it cabinet door, Steve, but they don't say cabinets? Drawers or doors.
What about cabinets?
Yeah, cabinets.
There's so much cabinetry.
No.
Are you kidding me? How much cabinetry? Also,
wheels.
Cars. You get a 4-door sedan plus the trunk. Trunk's a door.
Yeah, you could count, but then that car has a steering wheel, and every car has to have 4 wheels.
So it's got a glove box with a door.
What about bicycles, Steve Frenchington? What about motorcycles? What about mopeds?
Motorcycles?
Those have no doors.
Actually, if you have carry cases on your motorcycles, like the
those aren't doors.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Anything with a hinge is a door.
Anything with a hinge is a door. Who made that rule?
Me.
Okay, so wait. So you're telling me that you're saying, wait a second. You're telling me that what, do I have anything in here that, okay, you're telling me that this has like a flap. This is a door.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're banned, permanently banned. This is ridiculous.
Throw punch me already.
I will throw punch you violently.
It's right here.
The problem is, it's true. Are cogs, like gears, are those wheels?
Yes.
Okay, so how are you going to tell me that everything in the world has like a cog or gear, but there's still more doors?
Are hatches doors then?
Yeah, but I still think there are more wheels.
I mean, I know for a fact Reddit's going to spit out an answer very soon.
Someone has to do the math. It's driving me up the wall, man.
And it's just I never wanted to be in this conversation of doors and wheels. And you baited me. You baited me. You got me.
I got you all relaxed, Steve.
You got me in that tweet.
I got you all relaxed.
I didn't even want to reply to that tweet. I was saying it sarcastically, and then there were so many people going in. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes! I've started something here. So now
I am telling you, you are wrong.
We'll wait. We're gonna wait for the Reddit, okay?
Some mathematician, because it has to be. I mean, if you look at the bottom, there is a entire island.
Yeah, but doors also don't get shredded. There's
I thought you brought up Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Monsters Inc. They don't get shredded.
They do. They get put through the shredder if they're bad doors.
Yeah, but there's infinite amount of doors.
See, why are we talking about Monsters Inc. like it's real?
Because it is.
He's like, oh yeah, you're right, they do get shredded, but do you remember in Monsters Inc. there's why we're talking about it like it's real? Listen, I wholeheartely believe that it's wheels. I can't even and I'll even give you
real, but with wheels.
Wheels.
I thought you were trying
oh my god, the wheels a wheel, okay? They're wheelie wheel. I'm sorry, but you are incorrect. And I'll even give you guys in peel boxes all those little doors. I still think it's wheels.
I keep hearing wheels.
Wheels. Cars from wheels. Yeah. Is a gate a door? Yes. So, guys, it doesn't matter what you constitute a door. There are still more wheels. I'm really white. Okay?
Oh my God.
I'm really.
No.
I am really. Okay, we get this. I am really right. Okay. We are. I am right. I am correct.
You know what? No. I almost said it, but no.
No.
I almost gave it to you.
We will have to check back on Reddit, but I want to say, Steve, is there anything else you want to share with us? Do not say that there are more doors. Anything else do you want to share with us before we?
Is there a shameless plug I can have, or
of course you could have a shameless plug.
Okay, so we are currently doing a charity month for the Erica Legacy Foundation currently.
Let's go. We love Erica Legacy Foundation.
Yeah, we're on weekend 2 out of 4. We've got a talent show Friday going on, nice. Starting at 8 PM EST. and there's about 18 streamers in this talent show.
Nice.
So it's going to be absolutely redonkulous.
That I'm so excited for you. And we love Erica Legacy Foundation
Exactly.
so heckin' much. Mental health awareness and suicide prevention.
Exactly.
Steve, thank you so much for joining us today. We have SteveFrenchTV here with us today, and I'm so grateful. Thank you for your time. Thank you for just being the amazing human being you are, and I'll forgive you for the Doors comment, okay?
All right,
I love you.
I'll forget how mad you were about.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, everybody. And this episode will go on our YouTube, which is just Poop with Jex. And I'm Poop with Jex. This is SteveFrenchTV, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.